pleading with Nigerian government to release me is an insult, detained IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu says. Abi, the truth of the matter is begging Nigerian government to release Nnamdi Kanu is actually an insult, frankly speaking. First of all, they took him to court and they have done everything, and the Nigerian judiciary had released him and even asked that he should be compensated. So why are they detaining him? Okay, they want to detain him forever because I'm sure that is the Fulani's intention, and that is exactly the agreement Tinubu has entered with the Hausas, that Kanu must not be released. And that is again what Tinubu is showing, extended hatred for the Igbos. Okay, it was the Hausas and the Fulanis that hated the Igbos before now and shown it in Tinubu's government. But I mean in Buhari's government. Now Tinubu has carried on with that in even a more devastating form. That is actually very bad. Very, very bad. Okay? Very, very bad. So, going back now to go and beg Tinubu and begging federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu actually has no meaning. That is the truth. Actually has no meaning. But I know that God will release this man. The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has said he will no longer beg the Nigerian government for his release after being cleared by Justice Binta Nyako of a federal high court in Abuja. In a letter dated August 25, 2023, and signed by Kanu's lead counsel, Mike Ozekome, son, made available to newsmen on Monday, the legal practitioner bemoaned the deplorable condition of Kanu's detention facility in the custody of the Department of State Services, the DSS. The lawyer asked the Chief Judge of the Federal Capital Territories High Court to appoint a magistrate to inspect the detention institution. And according to Kanu, begging for his freedom now would be an insult to the memory of the late Pa Mbazulike Amechi, who, despite his age and ill health, repeatedly traveled from the southeast to Abuja, pleading with the federal government to honor his dying wish, which was treated with disdain and was also not honored. These were the high points of the discussion during the meeting between the IPOB leader and his lawyers and family, and according to a statement issued by Kanu's counsel, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, titled "Update on our routine visit to our indefatigable client, Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at the headquarters of the DSS, or State Security Services, SSSS, Abuja, where he is still being illegally and unconstitutionally detained in solitary confinement." Ejiofor said Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used the opportunity offered by the visit to extend his heartfelt gratitude to all people of good conscience and groups calling for his release. He, however, observed that many people may not have understood the peculiarity of his case, but proceeded to urge us to clarify that he has been effectively and validly discharged by the judgment of the Court of Appeal delivered October 13, 2022, which said judgment also prohibited his further trial and detention. Therefore, there is no charge pending against Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before any court as of today. Furthermore, Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has stated unequivocally that pleading with the federal government is to release him at this time is an insult to the memory of late Pa Mbazulike Amechi, who, despite his age and ill health, repeatedly traveled from southeast to Abuja, pleading with the federal government of Nigeria to honor his dying wish, a request that was treated with disdain by the federal government and was also not honored. Thus, Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is of the firm view that he does not need to beg the federal government of Nigeria to release him. The Court of Appeal has already made a pronouncement in that regard, and that pronouncement has remained sacrosanct till date. Therefore, the call for persons of goodwill should make in the circumstance of his continued illegal detention, is for the Supreme Court to set down a date for the expeditious hearing of the appeal filed by the federal government as provided for in the Criminal Appeals Practice Direction of the Supreme Court. We visited our indefatigable client, Onyendo Nnamdi Kanu, today, the 28th day of August 2023, to brief him on the various intervening actions taken by the legal team, ably led by Professor Mike Ozekome San, to address pertinent concerns affecting his welfare and failure of the SSS to avail him of his medical records. To this end, an application has been made to the Honorable Chief Judge of the Federal Capital Territory by our erudite lead counsel, Professor Michael Zekome San, to appoint a magistrate that will visit and inspect the SSS facility cell where Nnamdi Kanu has been held in solitary confinement since June 2021 till date, in pursuance to the relevant provisions of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015. Following the SSS refusal to avail Onyendo Nnamdi Kanu with his medical records, as directed by Honorable Justice Binta Nyako in the judgment delivered on July 20, 2023, our erudite lead counsel, Professor Mike Ozekome San, was compelled by his brazen disregard to an order of court by the SSS to initiate a contempt proceeding against the State Security Service and her Director General for this gross violation of positive orders of court. Nigeria is a lawless place, to be frank. Okay, this man has not done anything. Okay, there's nothing Nnamdi Kanu that has done that is worse than what the Boko Haram is doing in the north, than what ISWAP is doing, killing soldiers. They shot down a helicopter or a jet, a military jet in Niger State. They have taken over 8 communities in Niger State, Shiroro local government area of Niger State, and a bandit there is calling himself governor, and there's a governor in that state, and there's nothing they can do. Okay, the ISWAP and the Boko Haram has claims on local governments in Borno State. They are fighting and killing in Benue State and in Plateau State, and there is nothing the government has done about it. But the Southeast, they have put people to keep killing Southeast people, and they are holding Nnamdi Kanu the same way they held that disturbing the life of Sunday Igboho from is it Ondo State or so, or your state. Okay, so it's quite unfortunate that this is a lawless government, and I don't know how far we can go with this lawless government. A court has released somebody and has banned any further criminal charge against him. DSS refused. Federal government refused. Well, the federal government is working for DSS. The Hausas and the Yorubas have refused because of their continued hatred for the Igbos. And it's quite unfortunate. Really, if Nnamdi Kanu dies in that detention, then they will know what they have caused upon themselves. That is the truth. It is better to release him now that he's still alive and can take care of his health than to keep him there. And if he dies in their custody, then they will know what they have put upon themselves. That is the truth. Okay. See, a lion is always a lion. Somebody is praising Nnamdi Kanu here. The court has severally made pronouncements as regards to this release. The country should learn to respect their own law and maintain the dictates of constitutionalism. They will not. They will not. The king has spoken. Long live Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Biafra. The lion himself, great leader of our time. May the will of God be done. Amen. A man of integrity, God is your energy, my greater leader. The lion. A lion will always be a lion. People are already hailing him here. Maximum respect, and the truth must surely prevail at the end. A lion is a lion any day, any time. That is what I'm getting here. That's what makes you a hero. Victory is yours. Amen. Raw truth. God bless Nnamdi Kanu Nwa Chineke. His type is rare to find in any African society. So brave, upright, and firm in his belief. Long live our supreme leader. Can you imagine? God is bigger than Zoo federal government. God bless Chief Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, so at the end of the day, everybody, the Igbos will get freedom in this country. There's no, they are just buying time. Federal government just buying time. Federal government just doing what they like. But Igbos will definitely get freedom in Nigeria. I tell you the truth, and it will come. And I know that the time is near. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment over what federal government is doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.